Man, what is this feeling?
Oh boy.
What is it?
Oh boy.
Where is this place? This doesn't look
randomly
familiar at all.
It's cold in here.
Oh my God, it's a Losers Lounge. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Losers Lounge. Man, I don't recognize this place. It looks so
We
different.
haven't seen it in a while.
It's been forever.
When's the last time we were here?
I don't remember. I think it was like 2021 or something like that. Nuggets dropped to the Timberwolves.
Game 2 against Miami.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. It didn't feel as bad. 110 to 89. Nuggets dropped this one. Ugly kind of. We talk about Nuggets have not trailed, but for 4 minutes all year they trailed all game.
Throw that stat out.
Throw that stat out. The Nuggets have now trailed all game. It happens. We'll talk it through with the fellas. I got Brennan Vogt.
There's like 3 trade MPJs in the chat.
Oh, we're so back. Hey, we are so back, baby. Wait, who is it? Who's out there?
This almost feels good.
Who can we get?
Can we get OG Anunoby?
Dude, OG Anunoby's out there.
Don't take my big takeaway. Don't take that.
Gosh, dang it.
Oh my God.
Over here, I got Harrison Wind.
Nuggets scored 89 points tonight.
Well,
That's crazy, man.
That's unfathomable.
That's pretty rough, man.
That's terrible.
That's
I
pretty
could never imagine this Nuggets team only scoring 89 points, no matter what the defense is, no matter what the opponent is, but it happened.
It does happen. Does it help to know that Halloween was yesterday?
No.
That doesn't help to know.
Doesn't help me at
Helps
all.
me a little bit. Over there, I got Superstar Dev.
Our team was in costumes. They were not who they were. There goes my excuse.
This is why players and teams never share anything from their social accounts, because then if you lose, people are like, are you not taking it seriously?
Yeah.
Are you guys out there having fun? You're supposed to be like working out and stuff.
I know. Paul
Working
George
out
went
on
as
the plane.
Paul George went as Where's Waldo? Such an innocent and should be endearing costume.
No.
Everyone just can't wait for a playoff flame out.
just to give it to him. Nuggets drop at 110-89. Lots of ugly stuff. The fast breakdown is going to be short, guys. It's going to be
Thank
short and
God.
sweet. It's going to be very short. I stopped taking notes in the third quarter. Start off 9-0 Wolves run. The game was over, man. I felt like, honestly, like the game shouldn't have been over, but the Nuggets come out and you're kind of like, what's going on here? Why are we struggling to score? What's going on? They couldn't make a shot. The shots were going in and out. Jokic, I will say this. Jokic tonight seemed to sense after that first timeout at 9-0. Malone called a timeout 9-0. So they have to go to the bench without a point, come back on. Jokic seemed to sense that it's like, all right, my team doesn't have it. I got to carry them to victory tonight. And I honestly think he gave his effort an effort above average to be like, all right, I got to get everybody going. It just didn't work. We even got Jokic Zeke minutes. You got to go Twin Towers, so they go Jokic Zeke. End of the first quarter, 28-21 Wolves. Zeke hit his first 3 of the year tonight, you guys.
I almost stood up and lit a match.
It was smooth. It was nice. It looked good.
It looked
Nothing but
great.
net,
How
you
was
know?
the next one?
Well, we're getting there.
Oh, okay.
Murray could not hit a shot. What did he start? Like 0 of 10 or 0 of 11 or something like that tonight?
0 and 9, I think.
0 of 9.
Worst shooting half of his career,
Was it really?
according to altitude.
Wow,
according to
the worst
broadcast,
shooting
too.
half. He couldn't hit anything, man. Murray hit his knee, banged his knee too. Up for a second, I thought he was hurt. I was very scared. And then, as you mentioned, Zeke Naji had another 3, this time in the corner. It was a 22-footer. He shot it about 44 feet. It was a rough 3.
It was
a rough
one
miss.
of the worst shots I've ever seen.
He just swished a 3.
I know.
He just swished it.
I know.
And then he shot the 3 that was
He's
like,
playing,
what on
not
earth?
just that, great stiff.
He's playing so good.
The confidence really think.
It was trending towards the Zeke Naji breakout game.
Yeah.
Oh, I was ready to tweet it.
Nuggets
did.
Nuggets were still getting work though. All first quarter and all second quarter. It was 63-44 going into the half.
Yeah.
All right, third quarter. Let's see if you make a push. Hat tip to Jamal coming out of the half. He turned up his intensity.
He did.
Like 5 dials. I think that was all the way up to 5. And he started getting going. He had a little bit of a Murray flurry going there for a little bit. fighting back, but at the end of the third quarter, you fight it all the way back to 12, which is so pathetic to say, like, you get it all the way back to 12. Wolves immediately erase that and go right back up 20. 89-72 Wolves at the end of the quarter. Fourth quarter, Malone did put the starters in for a cup of tea. Then they were yanked right back out because they were making no progress. This was a laugher. It really wasn't close. It started 9-0, and that was as close as it would get. Dev, start us up. What's your big takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is, first off, Minnesota's size and length was just a lot for Denver tonight. And it was in the playoffs as well, but they inserted one guy that they did not have in the playoffs, and that was McDaniels.
Made a difference.
And it was a huge difference. His length and physicality on Jamal changed the entirety of the game because Denver goes as Jamal goes. When he has those good nights, they tend to play well. And this one, he was just kind of thrown off by that. So biggest takeaway was Jaden McDaniels makes a difference.
He really does make. I mean, he's a good player, man. He's a really good player, and he does provide some length. I mean, one of the things is I thought the Nuggets have looked huge all year. I thought the Timberwolves looked huge tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's part of that.
That was similar to my big takeaway. The Nuggets never found an offensive rhythm tonight. They never found a flow, and they had been scoring so easily in every single game so far this season. They really never scored easily tonight. 89 points is crazy. Like, I would never think, no matter what defense the Nuggets are going against, no matter how cold they are, that they would only score 89 points. They only scored less than 89 points in one game last season.
Really?
And that was when Thomas Bryant was starting at center.
No way.
Nikola Jokic did not play in that game, and they scored 88 points last year. That was the only time they scored under 89 points in 82 games last season. So I definitely think, to Dev's point, the size and the length made a difference. I think Jaden McDaniels is a great defender for Jamal Murray. I definitely think he frustrated him at times. I think he threw him off his game. He made this night really tough for Jamal. And look, the best defensive weapon against the Nuggets is size and length.
Yeah.
That's what Minnesota has. They showed it last year when they battled the Nuggets for 5 games. And they showed it tonight. Like, they can bother the Nuggets offense if Denver is just a little off offensively. And if they're playing well, they can bother Denver.
Well, you guys both sound like you're setting the table for one of the topics we're going to get into today, which is Minnesota a team that is kind of a bad matchup relative, to expectation. So it sounds like you're tipping your hand there. Vogt, what's your big takeaway?
This is really limited to this game. It's not a concern take. It's time for them to get a little more out of Porter offensively. I know he was very good in that OKC game. And I've been one of the loudest and quickest to point out all the things he does well that I think has been going on for a couple of years, the rebounding, the defense. But a big part of his role is to get buckets, and he hasn't been, with the exception of that OKC game. I think his confidence is a little out of it right now. It's not the reason they lost this game. I think you guys have better takeaways here. But just since I'm so quick to defend Porter time and time again, it's also okay to say at some point, he's just not shooting the ball well enough. And he looks a little more, I think, at his abs in the worst games or the rougher games. Sometimes he just kind of drifts out there. He was
drifting a lot tonight.
He was drifting a lot tonight. So it's okay to ask a little more of him, and I think he will provide it. But through 5 games, it's been too up and down.
Porter really does have tough luck, man. I mean, missing all the training camp in a year when you kind of have momentum and excitement coming into it. So being a little bit banged up, then you get the comments, maybe a distraction here or there. He doesn't get to close out the other game. I do wonder if there is a little bit of a confidence, if his confidence is a little rattled. I mean, 0 of 5 tonight. What's he shooting on the year? Do we know? It's like 35% or something.
Well,
that.
He shot great in that OKC game. He was 4-7.
Yeah.
Hit 2 threes against Memphis, 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
So he's actually 40%.
He's had some fine shooting games, but he's had a couple really bad ones. 2 of 9 against the Lakers opening night, 0 of 5 tonight. So he hasn't been the dead-eye shooter that we usually think he is game in, game out. He's had some cold nights for sure.
And it's my big takeaway. It's not reason 1 or 2 they lost this game. There are a lot of reasons. A lot of guys didn't play well. But I just think it's okay to say, like, okay, he offensively, with the exception of that OKC game, there's been a little too much drifting because he can be better. And I'm always watching him closely, and I just think it's okay for it to say he could be a little better. I also fully expect him to. It's not concern.
No, look, this is the NBA. We've been riding a high for 5-6 months.
Yeah.
Like we were joking about not being in the losers lounge, but it's the truth. We haven't been here in forever. We haven't had a game. And how I know Nuggets fans are on edge. At halftime, I put a tweet out that said something like, "What a sad half of basketball. That's the worst they've looked since March." True. They've looked incredible since March. Or since April. This is part of it. Like, they've looked incredible, but that was also a sad half of basketball. They looked flustered. They couldn't get anything going. They looked a little down. Honestly, it looked like they were a little bit like, even on the bench after the game.
They were just never in the game from the start.
They just were never in the game.
They never had a rhythm. They never had a flow.
Yeah. And, like, that happens in basketball. It doesn't mean you can't extrapolate from that to something bigger there. They're 4-1. They got off to a great start, and they finally lost their mojo. They kind of lost the momentum that they had. But if I have a big takeaway from this one, it's that Murray has been a great table setter all year. And we've kind of like leaned into that in large part because they have won. We haven't seen him really go off scoring quite yet. And I'm sitting here wondering, tonight was the first night I felt like he hit the afterburner. He pressed the button of like, let's go score, and it didn't happen for him. He had a couple moments. And that's the thing, that there are nights when it's like Murray has to take over as a scorer, go at him. And I do think that there were players that made it difficult. I thought that Denver played this like a regular season game. Gobert didn't guard Aaron Gordon. Denver didn't really adjust. And I think they didn't adjust because it's a regular season game. You don't want to go into your bag too deep. But tonight was a night that it was like, you know what, Murray? We predicted a big scoring game in part because we thought it was going to be needed. It was needed, and it didn't happen. And to me, that it shows you how much Denver relies on Murray to be more of a scorer. And I hope we see that here coming up this weekend, since we haven't seen it quite yet.
Yeah. He didn't have it going early, and that just kind of set the tone for the rest of the night. Rudy Gobert altered a few of the initial shots. And then also Jaden McDaniels was right there on him as well. And Denver kind of was like, they were watching. They were seeing what, Jamal had going tonight. So they kind of thought it was going to be a big scoring night for him. And it just kind of didn't happen. And they couldn't rebound from there because of the slow start. So, Jamal's going to continue to shoot. He had an off night. That happens every now and then. And I know he's going to recover.
Yeah, he was 5 of 16. Today, started off 0 of 8,
0
of 9. Yeah, and it was just apparent from the start that
he went 5 of 7 after that. It's not bad after that.
Yeah, but it was just apparent from the start they just didn't have it tonight.
Yeah,
they were never in a rhythm.
And I do think some of it is they miss shots, but I also think the story of the regular season matchup with the Wolves has really been about wanting it, right, and energy out of the gate. And I do think the Nuggets missed some shots and kind of clamped up. And I think the Wolves were just playing with a certain fervor from the opening tip. And over the last 2-3 years, when the Wolves do that and the Nuggets don't, it's looked like this. Yeah. It's not the first time we've seen it. And so I'm glad they caught the Wolves right here at this point in the season, because they are a good matchup to remind them, like, you still have to bring it every night. The talent gap is not enough. And obviously they missed some shots, but I also thought they weren't as active and sharp defensively, and their energy just looked a little different. So you're not going to bring your best energy 82 times, but it's a good reminder that you can still lose games, especially on the road, if you don't have it.
How weird is the shooting profile tonight? Jokic took 23 shots. He shot below 50%, by the way, tonight, something he didn't do very often last year. 11 of 23. You get 16 shots from Jamal Murray. You get 11 shots from Michael Porter. Just 3 from Aaron Gordon and 4 from KCP. This is not Nuggets basketball.
You brought this up in your big takeaway, but Nikola Jokic sensed really early on tonight that nobody else has it, and it's really going to be up to me to keep this game close, and he tried. I thought Jokic played hard tonight. I thought he put out a lot of effort on both ends of the floor. He tried. He tried to shoulder the load offensively, and he forced up some bad shots because of that, and that's why he shot under 50% tonight. But nobody else had it early on, and you could sense that Jokic felt that. And he was like, all right, I guess it's up to me tonight. And that kind of just goes back to what I was saying about how there was no rhythm. There was no flow. It was like just Nikola Jokic against the Timberwolves tonight.
Yeah, but the Timberwolves also understood that. Like, they actually gauged the situation, and they started to pack the paint. Denver shot 18% from 3 in this game. So it was easy to just go all in and stack the paint when you only have to stop Jokic. Michael Porter Jr. didn't get his shot going. KCP didn't shoot the ball. Aaron Gordon took, he didn't shoot the ball, and there was a lot of them that he could have looked at the rim. So this was just uncharacteristic of them, but also the fatigue, it looked like it got in. The size was just a bit too much. So Minnesota played them really well in this game, and then Denver just did not show up.
Yeah, and also again, this is starting to become the excuse corner, which we can lean into. But Denver, they're the only team to have 5 games now. It's been a lot of games in a row, and this is in the middle of, as Michael Malone told everybody, the most condensed portion of their schedule, 5 games in 7 nights. We're kind of in the middle of it. I do think that this is it's early season. Teams are in early season shape, and they're hitting their first real obstacle. But guess what? Doesn't slow up. They got 2 more games coming up this weekend.
And I also think we can, obviously everything is from the Nuggets perspective on this show. I think plenty to tip your hat to the Wolves here. They had such a bad loss to Atlanta. Such a bad loss.
Yeah.
They needed, with the defending champs in town, they needed to play the way they did tonight. They did. Look, do I think the Nuggets are significantly better? Yes. But the Wolves were significantly better tonight. They played the way they needed to. I like Dev's big takeaway because it gave credit to Jaden McDaniels. And the other guy, you guys laughed at me in the pregame. Rudy Gobert is still a very impactful defender. I thought he had a good game tonight. So credit to the Wolves, but obviously we know the Nuggets did not play their best basketball.
Yeah. Somebody in my mentions today had a hilarious reply. They said something like, man, I missed that Utah game. The one that we were all saying was so boring.
Right.
Yeah. A boring win. I bet we all wish we had that boring win right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
This was really exciting for the Wolves.
Run it back, man. I wish we had a boring win, not a even more boring loss. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we're all dancing around the question here, but the Wolves seem to kind of want Denver. I almost respect it about them. They seem to want this matchup.
I like that.
Guys, check out Kind Love. You can visit one of their stores in Cherry Creek next to the PetSmart and Target off of Alameda or North Denver. Mention DNVR, get the DNVR exclusive discount, 25% off Immaculate Vibes and all the Kind Love flower pre-rolls and their turbo joint line. You can get the DNVR Immaculate Vibes 5 joint pack for just $25, and then you can use that discount code DNVR, 25% off. Available in indica and sativa. Available at both Kind Love locations as well in Cherry Creek and North Denver. Visit their website too, kindlove.com. Use the code DNVR for online ordering and their full extensive menu. That Immaculate Vibes 5 joint pack, $25. Use the code DNVR, get 25% off your whole order. Available in indica and sativa and at both Kind Love locations. Get it today.
Hey, Game Time is awesome because when it occurs to you that there's a game tonight or a concert tonight and you sure would like to be there, you can get some good prices and the best tickets last second with Game Time. I use it to get into the other sporting events when my friends are in town.
Wait, you have friends?
I'm supposed to.
They're out of town, though?
I'm supposed to personalize the read, so I'm
got it.
trying. It's a bit of a stretch.
That's right.
Listen, if you theoretically have friends or you're alone, you can get the best you get the best seats to the best events by Denver by using the Game Time app. Download the Game Time app now, create an account, and use code DNVR. You'll get $20 off your first purchase.
You know what I like? Going to a diner alone.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just go alone to a diner and unwind a little bit. I don't know. That's a good vibe to me.
I would never do that.
How'd you think of that?
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about going to a game alone. And I was thinking some things are nice to do alone.
That's where you meet Jason.
At the diner?
There's always a diner scene.
There's always a Jason at a diner.
There is. Speaking of movies, you guys know in disaster movies, earthquake or asteroid or something like that.
Shout out Roland Emmerich.
There's always one guy who sees the disaster coming before everybody else. Mm-hmm. Usually it's Paul Giamatti, right? And he's screaming at everyone, you guys don't know. You got to prepare. Nobody's prepared. We're unprepared for this major thing that's happening. I think that's Tim Connelly. I think Tim Connelly went to Minnesota and was like, guys, we got to beef up, man. We don't need just one center. We need 3. We need 2 centers, then another one off the bench that will extend because there's this monster coming and nobody sees it yet. And we got to get long. We got to get big. And I look at it and I go, I don't know, man. The Timberwolves maybe aren't a great team. Maybe they are and becoming one. But I do feel like they are built to play Denver. And I kind of feel like Tim Connelly is Paul Giamatti screaming at everybody going like, we got to do it. Well, he might have done it.
Yeah, I think that, like, they're set up for the, like, future. And also, like, looking at that, I know that his thing was like, okay, look at the West. Who's going to run it for, like, the next decade? And he was like, Jokic is in there. Denver is a team that we have to get prepared for, and they did that. They have big man stoppers. They have a defender that can step out and guard multiple positions. Off the bench, they didn't even play Nah. Like, he's a guy that can defend in different ways. That's a good defensive team, and then they have a scorer in Anthony Edwards. So, like, if they need it some nights. The thing about this game was everyone's going to give the champions their best punch, and the champions also did not punch back early, so it just made it a lot easier. So I do think that this is a tough game to look at and say, hey, Minnesota's for real. But I do think that they're built for, like, success when it matters in the playoffs if they're healthy.
Yeah. We saw Jaden McDaniels tonight, 21 minutes. He only played 21 minutes. He did have 5 fouls in this game. But we did not see him in the playoffs last year, obviously. And he is kind of the glue to their team. I feel like he is what takes their team from what they were last year. A play-in team, a team that could only push Nuggets to 5 games, and he can elevate them to, a 4, 5, 6 seed this year who can win a round in the playoffs. He's great. I love Jaden McDaniels. I think he's a great matchup on Jamal Murray. I think he's the type of guy you need in the Western Conference that can slow down a lot of these really dynamic lead guards, and he just ties their whole team together. They do have a really strong defensive team. I do feel like they are set up a little bit to guard the Nuggets. Now, if the Nuggets just have an average shooting night, this game is probably a lot different, but they can capitalize on games when Denver is playing offense like this.
I think it's what everyone meant when they were with the Wolves were the toughest matchup take that people were either dishing out or flirting with. I think everyone was trying to say the same thing.
Yeah.
In some ways, the Wolves do match up well with Denver. Now, I think there's a pretty significant talent gap. I think when Denver has their foot on the pedal for 7 games, it looks very different. And we saw it in that series. However, if I'm a Wolves fan, I am definitely doubling down on if McDaniels was healthy. Now, I don't know if it...
We did those things for
that's
sure,
what I'm
so
saying.
why not?
If I'm a Wolves fan, I would double down. Now, I do think if the Nuggets wanted to win a 7-game series against this team, they could go do it. But they are built to defend Denver.
I'm knocking Denver down a tier.
What?
We got to put Boston up on 2.
They're merely an S. We had them in S+.
No, that's right.
They're merely an S now.
Yeah.
I got to do it, man. They were an S+, but now they lost a game. No, I mean, look, I could be a good man. I think it's a good matchup. I think that they are built... I've always said this is what's funny. We've talked to national media or you hear national pods or whatever it is, they're always about, well, I don't think you beat Denver by going big or this or that. You got to beat them by this or that. And there's no way. I always go, I don't know, man. I do think that you can be big against them. I think that it actually is kind of a necessary thing. And when I talk about other teams didn't go up and bolster their front court, people often say, well, that's just kind of pointless. Why would you do it? I don't know. Minnesota has, and maybe it'll get them because I think Minnesota's a good, not great team. I just think that relative to what they are tougher against Denver than anything else. But, of course, I think Denver clears, and tonight, like I said, Denver played this game very much like a regular season game. I don't think there were major strategic changes to how they would attack.
Well,
I mean,
there was a big change in the rotation.
Oh, let's hear. Oh, okay, yeah, let's get into it.
I mean,
Zeke.
for the first time
this
season, Mike Malone changed up his default rotation.
Yeah.
Zeke Naji at backup power forward?
Yeah.
We haven't seen that in 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And he deployed it tonight against the Rudy Gobert, Karl Towns front line. And I was a little surprised, I gotta say. I didn't think the Nuggets would be like jumping at the bit to change up their rotation to go against a team like Minnesota, but Michael Malone did tonight. And the funny thing is Zeke Naji had some great moments.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In the first half, he probably played one of his better halves of his career as a Nugget. Had some bad moments in the second half, but
5 rebounds tonight, by the way.
It was just a real interesting move, I thought, from the Nuggets to go away from what their default rotation has been for these first 4 games and throw Zeke next to Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing with Minnesota, it's not just like matching their size because they have 2 centers that could guard Jokic. It's also like the fact that they run a lot of screens and it puts Jamal on a big man. It puts KCP on a big man. And then they're fouling or they just are in mismatches a lot of times. Minnesota was open on a lot of shots. They had a lot of mismatches where they have a big on a center and then they could score inside. So it just like they scurry on defense. So putting in a Zeke, it allows them to make those like interchangeable switches, but also like not take away a ton. So I think that was just like a let's see what it looks like, or let's see if we could stop that. So I think that it was just like, hey, nothing's working. Let's throw shit at the wall.
Do you want to see more Jokic Zeke minutes? Is that a thing you want to explore?
I mean, no. I don't mean to be.
I don't really either.
No, I mean, look, Jokic AG is like the best duo in the front court. But I'm saying, do you want it just as to see? I don't know, to mix it up.
I mean, it's nice to see Zeke play power forward because I think Zeke is a power forward.
Yeah, that's true.
I do think those minutes typically mean you've got something funky or suboptimal happening on the court, right? It's not plan A or B. But sure, I mean, everyone looks their best playing next to Jokic. Zeke doesn't get to do that. I think Zeke's more of a 4. So as far as seeing him thrive, that's an interesting look. But I don't know if it's a Nuggets outcome you're thrilled with.
Yeah. Let's go to the other players off the bench tonight. Is there anybody that particularly stand out? Actually, I want to go to Christian Braun. He had 8 points tonight, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. I actually still love what I see for Christian Braun.
Oh, yeah, man.
I actually think he's just a phenomenal and consistent player, even tonight. The one thing I will say is we kept hearing about this revamped three-point shot, and that's the one thing that he just hasn't looked any different, and not different, like it's a small sample size. He hasn't looked more confident in his shot, and that's how I would phrase it.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's had a couple opportunities, more than a couple. He's had several opportunities over these first few games to really let it fly from 3, and it still doesn't look like his confidence has changed from what it was his rookie season. He's still not taking that 3 when it's just a little bit contested, but it's the type of shot that a really good shooter would take. So his 3-point shot, like, is it improved or not? Still up in the air, but so far he just hasn't really had the increase in confidence that I thought he might have.
Yeah, even though Denver lost like pretty well, like the bench battled, and Christian Braun was like a big part of that.
The bench did play well.
They're gonna battle every single time, so you still need that from your bench, and you want that. That's a promising, piece that you add to that. This was not a bad game from them. Christian Braun is everywhere on the floor. He's grabbing every single rebound, and that's something that he clearly has worked on, and he's using that to just get out and run and just play hard, and he just can defend everyone. So the bench was not bad in this game. Like that's a positive takeaway.
Yeah. I mean, while Christian's shot hasn't looked as improved as I thought it would, the rest of his game looks great.
Yep.
I think ever since the second game of the season, so these last 3 games, he's looked incredible.
Is he the second most consistent Nugget?
Is he the second best rebounder on the team?
What is happening with these rebounds,
Dude,
man?
he's unbelievable.
9 rebounds tonight?
That's been the biggest thing about his season that stood out to me is he's every single rebound opportunity he's on the floor. He's going.
He's chasing them. It's not just coming to him. He's chasing down rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
He has a good nose for it, man. He's always like, if you watch him, he's like coming off the wing and he kind of sees where the
Downhill
ball's going
the whole time.
Yeah.
And you know that Michael Malone's message, or one of his messages to his bench, was, hey, we're playing a little small off the bench this year. P-Wat, you're playing the 4. We need you, Christian, to crash the glass. And he's absolutely done that.
Yeah.
9 rebounds tonight. He had 8 against Utah, 7 against Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Reggie Jackson, Peyton Watson, I don't have too many minute remarks. This game is hard to have a lot of remarks to, man. Nuggets just lost. Just got their butt kicked. It happened early. They were clawing up. They were fighting upstream, swimming upstream most of the game.
Yeah, I don't hate what I've seen from Reggie. Like, it is The scoring has clearly taken a back seat, so he's not scoring at the same rate.
5
and
assists, yeah.
that also alters how the offense operates. And that's something that I said was going to be a problem early on. Like when his shot's not falling, how else do they score? So that found himself today. But he's running the offense, so you can't be mad about that. 5 assists, trying to find guys, trying to get people involved. Some people are turning down shots because their confidence is not up, but he's out there battling, and it's not horrible. It's not just straight negative Reggie minutes. So I'm excited about just seeing some type of burst from the bench.
Yeah.
The bench was not the problem tonight. The starters got run off the floor.
Yeah.
That was where Denver lost this game.
So weird, man. Starters were the problem?
I don't even know how to react to it. It's crazy.
It must be regular season. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, let's take some big picture stuff about the team. Since we got to throw this game away, I feel like we've mined this game for all that we could mine it for. Let's try to look some more big picture stuff with the Nuggets.
Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. Guys, if you're local, stop into the DNVR Bar. Had a good crowd out for the game tonight. We got tons of
People
Breck
from out of
Brew
town
on
even?
tap. Yeah, had some people up in the studio tonight, showed them around. We can do that for you guys as well. Check out some of our favorites here at the DNVR Bar, Avalanche Amber. It's that season. The Mile High City, the Broncos Country Pale Ale, the Funslinger, the Juice Drop IPA, Good Company Hard Seltzers as well. We've got that too. We got all different types of Breck Brew on tap here at the DNVR Bar. Of course, if you're not in the area, if you're not local, check out the Breck Brew beer locator. Type in your zip code, tells you exactly where to get Breckenridge Brewery no matter where you are. Breck Brew is the official beer of DNVR.
When you've been hurt in an automobile accident as a pedestrian, motorcycle, or even at work, and the key is that it wasn't your fault, don't fret, don't panic. There are people out there who have your back, and I'm talking about Bacchus and Shanker. You call them at 222-2222 or visit coloradolaw.net. Why do you do it? Well, it's simple. They're not going to charge you a consultation fee, so you can talk through the incident, see if you have a case. In fact, they won't charge you to take on your case until they've won you money. And they do win money. They've won over $1 billion for their clients over the years. So again, if you find yourself injured at work, in a car accident, as a pedestrian, and most importantly, it was not your fault, give these fellas a call. You might be entitled to compensation. Bacchus and Shanker, they win, fellas.
There you go. All right. I will say one good thing that's come out of this game. It sets up a really nice Friday night game with Dallas.
I thought you were going to talk about Jalen Pickett's 2 points.
Jalen Pickett scores every game he plays. I don't know if you guys know it. Is he leading
where
the
I thought
team
you were
in
going.
buckets per minute? He might be
I
scoring
don't
per
have that
36
stat right
minutes.
now.
I think he might be leading the team in every stat, actually. No, but Friday, it's a nice game. First of all, Saturday, our takeover, our big party bus here at the DNVR Bar. So you want to join that one?
Yes.
Bulls game. Tickets still available. Friday, though, it is the beginning of the in-season tournament.
New court, new tournament.
New court, new shirt. I think New Jersey.
My God! Oh, why?
By the way, it drops
New
tomorrow.
Jersey.
New Jersey drops tomorrow.
Oh,
Are we excited? I haven't seen it.
I hope it looks awesome.
I've seen
in person.
rumors.
I hope it looks sick.
I've seen rumors.
You've seen it.
I don't. It's not been confirmed, Harrison.
How sick would it be if they just had a different jersey?
Even though the court is just the jersey.
Actually, a good way to get us to all like the jersey would be to leak a terrible one.
Yeah,
And
totally.
then just come back with the actual one.
And it's like,
no
wow,
matter
this
how
thing's
bad
made.
it is, it's better than that leaked one.
I do think it sets up a pretty epic game, though. That one does matter. It is for the in-season tournament. I will say here's my prediction. Everybody that thinks the in-season tournament is dumb is going to be extra tuned into this game on Friday.
The in-season tournament's going to be awesome.
Really, you're in?
I'm so in on the in-season tournament.
I have a theory that everyone will be. And
It's
the
gonna be
people
incredible.
Who pretending they won't be are working overtime to hate something they love, which
Yeah.
is basketball. I tweeted this out. You sickos care about two-way contract slots. You're definitely going to watch a tournament.
I love it.
You're
This is a
definitely
great
gonna,
take.
I hope they don't lose this game. Yeah, you're going to care. You're going to watch.
I love the idea. You're right.
Yeah.
There's people
We
that
watch
get
every
obsessed
game.
over-
They're like, well, I don't know. What's the incentive? I don't know. Why are you watching in February?
That's true. What was the incentive tonight,
Yeah,
Vogt? What was
you
the
guys
incentive?
love basketball. That's the incentive. Anyway,
It's so true. I think it sets up for an epic one. If we kind of take inventory, though, some big pictures. what are some big picture things that you think we can already mine from the season? I'll start with you over here, Vo. I always go this way.
Oh man, that's an interesting one. You sure you don't want to start on that end this time?
I'll start with you guys.
Yeah.
I still think the bench is good. Like you mentioned it earlier, but this wasn't necessarily a bad bench game. It's a bad starters game. So I think that this is one of the things that's like, if you ask me what's the top story of the Nuggets season so far, if Adam of the present got to speak to Adam of the past from a week ago and was like, well, what's the big news? I'd be like, bench is pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
I think it's not only that the bench is pretty good, but like you've got guys on there that
A lot of guys.
you kind of
Come on.
A lot of guys.
you got a lot of guys that you've got some trust in. Like I trust Zeke Naji right now.
I do too, man.
I
Hell
trust
yeah.
Zeke.
Same circle of trust, Zeke Naji. Let's
I mean,
go,
I
baby.
wouldn't go that far.
Oh, you said you trust him. No, he's not circle of trust.
He's not officially in the circle of
All
trust,
right, okay.
but I do
But
trust
you
him.
do trust him.
This is
Okay.
the most Zeke commentary of all time.
That's actually the most.
It is.
I
He's
trust
not
him, but not
officially
in
in
the
the circle of trust, but I do trust him, man. And I loved how he played tonight, aside from that god-awful three-pointer from the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. I thought he gave good energy. I thought he played hard. I thought he battled. I think overall he's had a great start to the season.
Mine's is the defense. Like I still think that that's for real. Like this was the highest scoring game that they've let happen, and it's 110. Like I remember when that used to be like the baseline for
Yeah.
these Denver teams, like where they were just giving up huge games, huge scoring nights, and there was always a guy that went off, and they're not allowing that this year. So I think that that's pretty big. Even with Anthony Edwards being one of the best scorers in the league, he didn't have a monster game. He still had to work for those things, and this was not a good night for Denver. So I think that the defense is still for real, and they're just gonna go better. Like they're gonna get better from here.
Yeah.
And I think to that point, like this was the first time they didn't really take the defensive end responsibly. They've played with such responsibility and such a desire to shut everyone down. And tonight they didn't. And tonight they lost. And I think it's a good reminder of what Malone's told them every day for, I don't know, 8 years now?
Yeah.
Which is, you got to play defense. Everything else will take care of itself. I'm not worried about how Porter fits in or the offense or any of that long term.
That's such, yeah.
You know, that's so far. But
it's November talk.
But they didn't play defense tonight, and it wasn't enough. And it's a good reminder.
They have done this in the past, though, where they've played really good defense for a spell to start the year.
Yeah.
And then it's like you settle into like, oh, yeah, it's a long season. Like, that was hard. My
For
body's
sure.
a little more sore than I think I need to be. You almost find it. Yeah, if I had like a big takeaway for the season, I just think it probably is the best. And it's
is.
also not, I would go even further because you're right. Zeke Naji is a big piece of this, but Zeke Naji looks like I thought, which is good. I thought Zeke Naji was good.
Yeah.
Peyton Watson to me is the big story because I just, I had never seen it until this year. I'd seen it in tiny little flashes, but this is the most confident I've ever been in Peyton Watson as a prospect. And I don't know. Now the question for me was, is Peyton Watson a player or not? I didn't know. I'm going to go ahead and say I think he's a player to be. Now the question is he going to be that by the playoffs this year? The way Christian Braun went through that process and became my last year. I don't know that one yet. I'm not ready to give that one up. The playoffs are a different beast. You have to be on a higher level mentally. He's got, 75 games still to get there, so it's not like we have to know that right now. But that's where I would say is I know he's a player. I know he's a prospect. I think he's going to be really good. We'll find out if he's good in time.
Yeah. And I think the most encouraging thing is that he's getting this opportunity right out of the gate. Because if you go back to a couple weeks ago, I don't know if we knew that Peyton Watson was going to be in the rotation on opening night. We
Right.
didn't know. We thought maybe it was going to be Justin Holiday. Maybe they were going to go like super short on the bench and he was going to be left out. But he's been given an opportunity right out of the gate. He's been given a chance for minutes from opening night on. And I love it because now that he's done this at the beginning of the season, you can see the path to him becoming a trusted guy in the playoffs. He's on the right track right now. And it's a really just encouraging part of the start of the season.
I was pissed that I didn't get to say P-Swat today. I just love when
Zero
he gets
blocks, zero
those type of
steals.
blocks. But
Come on.
he's playing well and just coming into his own. It doesn't look like, things are moving too fast for him. Like he's understanding where to be, how to operate, when to attack and when not to attack. And I just think that's he's growing while getting that experience on the court, and that's the biggest piece for him. He's going to be a big piece of this team. So, like, getting those minutes early and then just showing that he could do it on offense and defense is going to be what keeps him in the rotation. Those are, like, early signs are showing that he is getting better. So I love that early on, and he's going to be there when it matters.
Yeah. It's so good to be Nuggets, man. So good to be Nuggets. Let's have a little fun here before we get out of this segment. There was a promotion yesterday, you guys, that the Milwaukee Bucks are running at their arena.
Yeah.
Every year there's like little promotions you do. If a guy misses 2 free throws, Chick-fil-A, free sandwich or whatever it is. Tacos if you score 7 runs, whatever it is. There's all these promotions. Here's one that the Milwaukee Bucks ran, and it's probably the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. If the Bucks score 95 points before the end of the third quarter, you can go to Quick Trip and use your Quick Trip rewards card to buy an 18, 24, or 30 pack of Michelob Ultra. At regular price.
Mick Ultra, man.
Mick Ultra.
That's right up your
regular
alley.
price.
And then what do I get off the
And
Mick?
then you get 30 cents off of a gallon of gas. This is
What does
a
that have to
three-part.
do with my beer?
It's nothing.
I don't understand.
You gotta hope that they score under 95, buy beer, get a discount on gas.
I can promise you the clerk at the store has no idea that they're running this.
They'd be so confused.
You gotta do what? He's gonna explain. This guy
He's like
No, the
pumping
Bucks
it
had
into
94.
the machine.
And then it's like Quick Trip. You gotta go to Quick Trip. The clerk at the front desk is smoking a cigarette outside.
I bet you gotta wait for him
Totally.
You have to
come
wait for him
around.
to come in
Like,
and
can I
then
go
explain
in
it to
and
him.
pay
He's
for
like,
this?
he's like, hold on. So
The Bucks had how many in the third quarter? Like,
He's looking at the beer like, what do I do with the beer?
so you got the beer, and now you get the discount on the gas because how many did the Bucks
and
have?
Michelob Ultra.
Oh, but you need your I'm sorry, you don't have your Quick Trip card, so this is
You have to have a
voided.
card, too?
You gotta have the Quick Trip card.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
it's a bad promo. It wasn't well thought out. It's very honestly. How many people will redeem this?
Zero.
Also,
Zero, because nobody can actually order that.
Also, 30 cents off your gas.
That's a really good discount.
I mean, it is a really good
Yeah,
discount.
except you
But it's
have
also
to-
like you have to need gas.
But you also had to buy beer.
You have to buy beer.
That's
There's no discount. You had to buy something.
I would rather every single
How
person
often
get.
are you buying beer? Like maybe once a week,
Guess
right?
I'll get this
maybe.
Maybe.
And if you're buying beer, are you out of gas to be able to fully use
I don't
this?
know,
And then you're
man.
like,
Maybe in Milwaukee, every time you get gas, you're just getting a 24 pack of Mick Ultra.
See, I feel like Milwaukee's more like Bush Light though. I feel
Yeah.
Milwaukee
Yeah.
is more of that.
In
Milwaukee's
Milwaukee,
best.
you just get gas, you get beer.
It's so
Same
tough.
time.
I'd rather
All right.
corn dog for everybody.
corn dog. We got to put you in front of sponsorships. Actually, I came up with a few of my own, you guys. I have some that we're going to start running here at DNVR.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, I'm ready for this one.
The first one I have, Kale, these are out of order, so I guess you have one. If Jokic hits a 3 in the first or third quarter, you get 20% off a Die Hard membership whenever you purchase any food item off the DNVR Happy Hour menu. If that's if he hits a 3 in the first or third quarter.
So if you order happy hour wings, and Jokic hit a 3
In the third quarter.
in the third quarter,
Yeah.
that's a great time
Or
to find
first.
someone and purchase your Die Hard
But
membership.
you have to buy.
20% off the membership.
You have to buy the food first, then the second item
Yeah.
has to get the 20%
And,
off or
and
something.
Jokic hit it. I have another one for you guys here. If both Christian Braun and Peyton Watson have a dunk in the same half, Eric will read your super chat in a British accent. If you purchase an Immaculate Vibes pack from Kind Love,
and redeem it. You have to
and
show.
redeem
You
it.
have to
That's
come
exactly
show
it.
it.
It's a nice crossover. It's a nice
That's
crossover.
a great promo.
Do we have any other promos?
I have one.
You have a promo?
Yeah. If any Denver Nuggets starter scores exactly 22 points and you were at the Nuggets game and you were injured and it was not your fault, Backus and Shanker will knock $2.22 off of the total bill.
That's a great promo, dude.
It can't be your fault though.
That's
and
a
you
great
do have to
promo.
get hurt.
I feel like if the Nuggets really just smoke an opponent by like 20 points, You should get $5 off your Immaculate Vibes.
They smoke.
if they just
discount.
smoke a team.
Yeah, my last one I have. Kale, go to the last one here. I have, if the Nuggets have more than a 9% gap from their opponents in effective field goal percentage, and you place a live in-game bet on Bet365, you get 44% off an additional topping of a Primo Hoagie of your choice.
Dude,
Quickly though, must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado, raised by jurisdiction, void where prohibited, void in Ontario. Bonus expires 160 hours after issuance. See show notes for eligibility, deposit restrictions, terms, and gaming resources.
Oh, that's really good, man. That was really good. I like that.
Those are some promos we're running, guys. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, Super Chats and Around the Association.
Guys, become a DNVR diehard member. There's so many perks you get when you're a diehard. First off, when you come to the DNVR bar, you get 15% off your entire bill. Your entire bill. 15% off if you're a DNVR diehard member. You also get discounts at all the events we have, the tailgates, the takeovers. First one coming up on Saturday. You also get a free t-shirt at sign up, designed by D-Line. Free t-shirt every year as well. 20% off all merch. Like I said, exclusive savings on all events. You get access to the DNVR only Discord. Exclusive merch as well. You get a physical diehard DNVR card too. Premium content from the DNVR newsletter, the DNVR Daybreak, which I'm writing, in your inbox Monday, Wednesday, Friday right now. So become a DNVR diehard member, thednvr.com to sign up. $7 a month. It's a great deal. So many discounts. And you're part of the DNVR family. So become a DNVR diehard today, thednvr.com to sign up.
You can download DraftKings Sportsbook right now. Get skin in the game. Who are the pretenders? Who are the contenders? We're about halfway through the NFL season. And you should be getting skin in the game here with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and know that if new customers bet $5 on anything, you can get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Also, all existing customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game day this October. Get in on the football action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now and use code DNVR. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, licensee partner Golden Gate Lake Charles, 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See DraftKingsSportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. But wait, Adam, there's more. I got to make a DraftKings pick of the week. Am I deterred by what I just saw? Hell no.
Absolutely not.
Denver Nuggets to win the in-season tournament plus 1,000? Sign me up. I want every banner.
Who's the favorite for the in-season tournament?
It's the Milwaukee Bucks.
What?
Man, well,
Why?
Well,
can
there
we
are
go around the association
4 teams
here?
within plus 200.
Maybe.
Why are the
Bucks, Celtics,
What?
Nuggets, Suns are the favorites.
That's crazy.
Let's go around the association. First of all,
Shit, Laking Ball's here just in time.
just in time.
The
But-
Celtics are actually co-favorites for the tournament.
Yeah. By the way, guys, real sickos, man. You guys being here. Losers Lounge. First of all, we love the people that are here. Winners, Losers Lounge, doesn't matter. They're here. And fourth segment. You hung around the whole time. We love you for that. All right, Dev. Rapid fire, because there's so many games, dude.
I can't find them.
You can't find the games? You want me to take you through them?
Oh,
Do you guys want to walk
I
my,
got it,
through
I
my
got
own
it.
funeral? Or?
I'm here. First up, we have the Portland Trailblazers beat the Detroit Pistons. That is a crazy one.
That is crazy.
Jeremy Grant had 24 points. Ayton had 16 points, 11 rebounds.
Yeah.
Brogdon had 14 points. On the other side, Cade Cunningham finally had himself a good game,
He's
30
been having
points.
good games.
Yeah, but not 30 points.
Not
This was
scoring,
like
yeah, he had
offensively
scored.
where he stepped it up. But I'm a little bit shocked to see Portland get a win over the Pistons.
On the road, no less. Yeah, bummer
Yeah, I
Pistons.
don't really care about that.
Me neither. Next one's fun.
So Toronto Raptors, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks.
What?
The in-season tournament champions.
Wow, got to adjust those
in the
odds.
drafting.
Got to adjust them.
The Raptors are on the second night of a back-to-back, I think.
Have the Bucks been solved already?
16 points from Giannis. You did not see that last year. You didn't. Like, Lillard didn't even score a bunch of points. 15 points. The leading scorer was Malik Beasley. 20 points for them. That is insane.
That's how you know it was a bad game for Milwaukee.
That is a bad game. Pascal Siakam had 26 points in this game. Schroeder had 24. But yeah, that is shocking. And also, Milwaukee just does not look good. They're not on the same
Are we worried about Middleton?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are we a little worried about Middleton?
A little bit.
All I'm saying is OG Anunoby was 7 of 7 from the field.
I love it.
I'm not married. I'm worried about them. Atlanta Hawks continue their winning streak. This time it was over the Wizards, who are not good. 25
Worst
points
team
from
in the league.
Kuzma.
Have you seen what Jordan
I
Poole's
did.
been doing this
Dude,
season?
Jordan Poole, the new JaVale McGee.
Yeah, that's
He
good.
is. He's the new JaVale McGee. Tonight they were down 20 points. He threw it off the glass to Kyle Kuzma for a dunk.
It's actually appointment viewing. I don't know if you guys have been watching. It's must-see TV. So.
That man is actually crazy. In this game, he had 13 points. He only had 1 assist as the guard. They just don't care. On the other side of things, DeJounte Murray, 24 points. Trae Young, 23 points, 10 assists. They're just not good. That is just not a good team.
No. It's
a bad team.
Do you know what happened to your Boston Celtics tonight?
No, he's leaving. He's leaving.
Yo, where you going?
Cut to the full script count. Where'd he go,
He
man?
gone. He gone.
He's gone. What happened?
Well,
He
Boston
gone.
Celtics went crazy tonight. 155 to 104. I repeat,
wow.
155
They almost had double the amount of
to
points
104.
that the
Guess
Nuggets
what?
had.
This was in regulation. This was in regulation.
Should we move them to S tier?
That is insane,
Yo,
man.
I mean, they do have the #1 clutch time net
Do they
rating.
really?
Yeah, they really. I mean, it's like 3 games or something. But
Jason
yeah.
Tatum had 30 points, 12 rebounds.
Dude, he was a plus 36 tonight. That's a lot.
That is insane.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Hey, good game, Tatum.
Congratulations,
good game,
Lakin.
Tatum.
Are
Congratulations.
they the only undefeated team now?
Dude, Bruce
No.
Brown had 3 points tonight. Rough one for old Brucey B.
Careful what
he's
you wish
from
for,
Boston,
Adam.
too.
Careful
the
what you wish for.
Mavericks are undefeated, right?
Yeah.
And,
Did they? Oh,
and we'll be
won't-
seeing
I
them.
won't
Yeah,
spoil
and we'll
it
be seeing them on Friday. Miami Heat lose to the Brooklyn Nets. This one is a little bit shocking, man. Cam Thomas did not have 30 points. Who's seen that coming? Only 14 points in this game.
Wow.
Miles Bridges had 21, 17 off the bench from Lonnie Walker, and
These teams don't matter.
What's the
Yeah,
Heat's
Brooklyn.
record these days?
the Heat are 1-4.
Wow,
Not good.
So
30
they're on
points
pace
from
to make
Tyler
the
Hero.
finals.
He's the only one.
Yeah.
They're still on pace.
They're
All
on
they
pace
gotta
to
do is make
slide
it.
into that play.
Did you guys see
where
this
they
when the
wanna be.
Cavs Knicks play for the second time in a row? They're doing that thing. The Knicks
Yeah.
beat the hell out of them last night.
It was Donovan Mitchell's trip to the Garden.
They played a back-to-back.
Yeah,
They played a.
they played a back-to-back home and home.
Against the same team, too. Yeah.
So they both had to travel.
Yeah, they played in Cleveland last night.
That's really bad.
I watched the game.
Yeah, this is ridiculous, man.
Terrible.
Yeah,
That's
they're wasting
terrible.
people's time around there.
What are we doing?
The Houston
Adam
Rockets
Silver's NBA.
Houston Rockets get their first win of the season, 128
Congrats
to
to that.
119.
Hey, we're on the board, baby. Let's go. We're on the board.
Who'd they beat?
Knicks, Charlotte
The
Hornets.
Hornets.
Charlotte. Rough start.
I will say this about Charlotte. I love the culture they're building.
Come on.
Sorry.
The Pelicans beat the Thunder. That one's a little bit shocking to me. McCollum had 29 points in this game to lead all scores. On the other side of things, Shed had a good game. 19 points, 11 rebounds. He might be in the lead for like the rookie of the year right
I mean,
now.
he is when he's just not playing Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. I like Chet. I'm pro Chet, man.
I like Chet too.
Numbers in that game wasn't horrible. Like,
No, he
and
was
they're
good in
going to
that
go
game,
off of the
offensively.
they're going to go off of the numbers and
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean-
by the way, Pelicans are coming, man. They're a big team. They're a good team.
You're buying?
I'm just saying they're 3-1. They have good wins under their belt. They're not getting little. They're getting good wins.
Then we look
No,
at the,
what I'm buying is that when they're healthy, they're good, and they're healthy until December, and then they're never
Yeah.
healthy after that.
every time. And then to finish us off, the team that we're playing on Friday moved to 4-0, Dallas
Ooh.
Mavericks. 114-105, and they're doing this without Kyrie, who has not been playing in the last few games. Luka's been,
I would phrase that differently. I would be like, well, they're doing. Kyrie hasn't played yet, so they are on a
that's
roll.
the reason they're doing this is because they don't have Kyrie. Hopefully, he plays on Friday.
They're doing this because Luca has a stash. I'm telling you guys.
I have heard
He
that.
didn't go crazy this game though.
Yeah, he was an
25.
off night.
Or sorry,
5 to 16
18
shooting.
points, 10 rebounds. Yeah, 5 assists, 16 shooting. But in this game, Grant Williams had 25 points.
What?
Are they going to try to guard Jokic with a rookie?
Yeah. That dude can. That guy has bounce though, man.
Yeah.
Lively has bounce. Those are the tough guys for Jokic to guard.
He does
Jokic's gonna
have
score
bounce.
1,000,000. I'm taking Jokic's points on Friday. He's gonna score easy, but that pick and roll, I think he's gonna get dunked around a lot.
That's gonna be rough. But yeah, the Bulls continue to suck. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Oh, poor Memphis.
Dude, the Timberwolves are gonna go down to the Jazz. They're gonna move to 0-5. They have the worst
Grizzlies.
record in the
The
NBA.
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
Oh,
Sorry,
the
the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are gonna go down to the Jazz. I mean, we just saw the Jazz. They're all right, but the Grizzlies 0-5.
That's brutal, man.
Honest question here: 0-5 in the loaded West. It's not over for you, but your odds take like probably a 20% hit. Whatever they
doubt.
were, they're probably down 20%.
No doubt. I mean, if this continues for another couple weeks, you got to look at the good players on the Grizzlies, probably other than Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson, and be like, all right, these guys are on the trade block.
Yeah.
You got it.
Other games still going on, so no
Yeah,
news there.
other games, are just going. Lakers are losing right now to the Clippers,
Nice.
the battle of the LA teams.
Oh,
Yeah.
everybody's hyped up for that.
All right, what do we got super chat wise for the real sickos?
Wow, that's a lot of
Man,
super chats.
the
Mile
deepest
High
thing-
Sing, first loss after 150 days. Forgot what it felt like. Good loss to learn from. Oh, well, we're still going back to back. Also, Adam, you killed it on All City.
Thank you so much, guys. Everybody, subscribe to the All NBA show, the All City All NBA show. Me and Tim Legler,
Pretty
4
sick.
times a week, man. Me and Tim Legler. I cannot wait.
Man, I got to say, you and Tim Legler, it's like we've been pushing the Jokic agenda
Oh,
on a
I
local
know.
level for so long. Now we're just going to be pushing
It's
it on,
true
national
on a national.
level.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. I need to use the pulpit to push the agendas. That idea. I got to
Yeah.
use the pulpit. Me and Legs. I'm getting him on. I love
But
it.
no, in all serious though, like it's an awesome show. Everybody's got to subscribe, tune in. It's the smartest basketball show you'll watch out there.
I appreciate that, man. I'm excited for it. Really though, check it out. It's really cool.
55555-ish. Just wanted to congratulate you guys on launching
Man,
All
the
City
homies are out
National.
today.
Can't wait to consume more great content.
Yes, sir.
Man, the homies are out. Thank you.
Christian Miller.
I haven't slept in days. I can't wait to go home tonight. This is going to be the greatest sleep of my life.
Christian
I am exhausted.
Miller. I eat humble pie tonight. Sometimes you got to lose like this in order to win when it counts.
There you go. Yeah. I'm already over this game, guys. This is what the Losers Lounge is for.
Yeah.
You're over. I'm
We've
over
talked
it.
it through. We're over
We
it.
talked it through. We did some promos.
And we've decided to trade 3 different players. That's the conclusion.
we just got to get rid of Michael Porter,
If we can
Jamal
just-
Murray, Michael Malone.
What I don't understand is how they're supposed to win with this group.
Yeah.
Jared from Foco, first bad stinker in 7 months. Everybody poops.
Everybody
Yeah.
poops. It's true.
It's true.
That
It
is
is so
true.
true.
It is true.
That is so true. That is so true. Josh Barnett from Down Under. Secret
Under.
chat. She'll be right, mates. Still, I'm sorry. What? The year of Jamal Murray.
Man, I'll be honest. The year Jamal Murray's off to a
I appreciate it, Josh, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
maybe 2024 is the year of Jamal Murray. It was actually a calendar year.
Yeah.
LVAP overtaking LBJ and Kid in front of Kid is going to be cool.
Ooh,
Talking yoke triple doubles.
I like that.
All Nuggets will be
That will
good.
be cool.
All
That's a great
DNVR
super chat.
Nuggets are amazing.
Hell yeah, man! I love when somebody points out something like that. You know, can you imagine like Jason Kidd having to shake Yoke's hand and being like, "Way to pass me." Ooh. That actually is really cool, man.
Mathis too. Tough game tonight. Going to Denver Friday for the first time to watch a home game. Any recommendation on places to eat in the city, other than of course DNVR?
Depends on what you're going for. You know, what do you got? I like, if you're going fancy, you know what place I've really liked? It's more of a date place. Urban Farmer. You ever go Urban
Oh,
Farmer?
Urban Farmer is great, man.
Big Urban
they have one of my
Farmer
favorite
fan.
drinks in the city. It's
Which-
called like the Farmer Number 9.
Really? I'm going to have to get that.
It's
next
on
time.
the cocktail menu.
I'm going to have to get it. I love Urban
If
Farmer.
you're looking for something not so fancy, Sam's.
There you go.
I like breakfast. One Fold is my favorite breakfast in the city, so check out One Fold. Shout out La
La
Loma.
Loma for
You
sure.
know what? No free ads. Let us know if you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out the Paul Millsap profile picture for Mathis too. That's a real one.
Hell yeah.
Dylan Pounds. Shout out to more Adam content. All right, enough. Great All NBA episode today. Did y'all watch the Nuggets documentary with Murray narrating?
I did. You know what's funny? I haven't watched the last episode yet, though.
They win.
I can't wait to find that out. I'm on a real cliffhanger.
Steve, we'll wrap it up with this. The Timberwolves are like if someone from the Nuggets went to another team and put together a team specifically to beat Jokic and wait a second. Wait a second.
I'm telling you, it's what it is.
Great job, Chad.
Tim
Thanks as
Connelly,
always.
he is Jeff Goldblum. He is Paul Giamatti. He is the guy screaming like, life finds a way. Well, there it is. There it is. All right, everybody, that does it for today. What a long day, a long week. It's only Wednesday. We are off tomorrow. We earned a much-needed day off tomorrow, guys.
Bingo.
But we will be back Friday and Saturday. If you haven't bought tickets to the takeover, do so now. Come hang out with the fellas. Come hang out with the homies. We're going to be doing that on Saturday. But first, the in-season tournament is here.
Here we go.
New uniforms, new court. Oh, man. I can't wait. Hit that like button on the way out.
We all silly like the mayor.